What's up, gang? And welcome to season 2 of the A Day in the Life of Corey podcast. Yeah, I've been missing for a while, guys. Had a whole lot going on. And I hate to keep you guys waiting this long. But I'm back with season 2. We're going to go ahead and get back into the weekly uploads. We're going for every Thursday at noon. But don't hold me to it if I don't get around to it. Just got a whole lot going on. So what have I been doing? So we're getting back into the peak season of pest control. So I've been really busy with that lately. Also, I've just gotten back into mountain biking. The health trip, I'm on it. So just recently bought a Trek Excalibur 8. And I've been hitting the trails. Just hit the trail this past weekend. I got some real good footage coming for you guys on the YouTube channel you can check out. And see what else we've been doing. Just grabbed a 3D printer. And I'm about to do some things with that. I don't know how far I'm going to go into it. But I got a couple things I can print. And I know I can make some money off of. Not big things, small things. So this is my first 3D printer. And we're just going to see how that goes. What else have I been doing since then? Let me think. Haven't been doing a whole lot of appliance repair, but you know, and I've been doing a whole bunch of networking with a whole bunch of people. I would say all across the map. You know, been hanging with the usual gang, on the phone with them all the time as usual. You know, still getting some things done. We always brainstorming. Same way you should be doing if you're talking to your crew. All about progression, guys. But today, we got some guests coming on. And you guys know them all well. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get the first one on in just a moment. While we take this little quick break.
What's up? What's up?
Hey, man. We are on the podcast. How you doing tonight?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
I don't think you need any introduction, but I'm going to let you introduce yourself anyway.
What's up, everybody? I go by the name of JT Hustlez on all social media platforms. I am an entrepreneurial instructor, teach people different side hustles, different ways they can make extra money, and ultimately replace your job. But my whole thing is about having happiness. So at least teaching you how to make enough money so that if you want to leave your job, you can, or at a bare minimum, you ain't got to get disrespected on your job because you got the tools to make enough money and leave whenever you want to, right? And I'm here with somebody too. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves.
How's it going? My name is PKG Deluxe. I'm also a social media influencer, or working on becoming one. I'm also a tech entrepreneur, so I'm working on keeping hired hands work with doing computers work available for people. And if anyone has like questions or anything towards it, I try to aid them along the way. So it's just to give people an outlet with learning things that are simply done around the house for elderly folks just to make $1 along the way.
Thank both of you guys for joining us tonight.
No problem.
No problem, Moss.
Yeah, so I got one more guest I'm going to get on in just a moment, guys. So I'm going to put you guys on mute, and we'll be back in just a moment.
All right.
Hello.
Hey, who we got here? I'm gonna let you introduce yourself.
Hi, this is Kia from Zen Home Concierge and Bougie.Zen on Instagram and Bougie Zen on TikTok.
Okay, and we've been a while. Kia, welcome back.
Yes, it's been a minute. It was last year.
It's been a long minute. This is my season 2, so you guys are, you definitely co-host, and we got JT on the other end. I'm about to get him back on, and it's past time. We should have been back on this.
Yeah, we kept saying we was going to do it. It is time.
Yes, it's a little bit past time. So let me get him back on. We got JT and PK. Let me make sure I'm calling his name right. I'm gonna get him on. All right, guys. So we got JT Hustlez, Kia from Bougie's Inn, and PK. What is it?
PKG Deluxe.
PKG Deluxe. Welcome, guys. Welcome, guys. So tonight, the reason why we're on tonight, guys, there's been a whole lot of talk about this stimulus that everybody should be getting. And from what I understand, if I understand it right, I think everybody's getting it. Like, no one will be not including this. I could be wrong. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. But I think everybody's getting this one. And it's been a whole lot of talk about what you would do with your given situation right now if you did get that stimulus check. So I think, from what I've been hearing, like, everybody have different opinions. Some people are just basing it on how they feel right now. I don't know, but what
I don't think you pay your bills with. I'm gonna
just jump right into it. Yeah, there you go. Okay. No, that's good. That's where we want to go with this. So
I don't think.
Go ahead.
But the reason why I say that, and this is JT, by the way, these are my thoughts and opinions. Y'all feel free to agree or disagree. But my thing is, if you pay your bills, let's say you got behind on your water bill or your light bill because of COVID, and you catch up on your bills with a stimulus check, what happens next month when there's no stimulus check and you got these bills over again? So my thing is, like, you should find something to do with that money, a side hustle, a business, something that's going to make you money to not only pay this month bill, but every month bills when they come. So I think that you're really using the opportunity to create a long-term solution to do something short-term. I'm not saying don't pay your bills. I'm saying however you would pay your bills if there was no stimulus check, pay your bills that way and use this money to do something entrepreneurial.
That make a whole lot of sense. Whoever want to go next? PKG, right? Deluxe.
Yeah.
I know your name, so I can't never think of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're old. It's okay.
I would tell people to invest wisely. During current times and crunch times like this, I know that everyone's kind of thinking on the first thing that they're going to do with it is probably either buy, pay their bills off or either get some sneakers under their belt. But at this point, and going through the pandemic so long the way that we did, I think it would just be best to advise people to invest their money wisely, doing something differently that could bring them some extra income versus trying to get those sneakers or trying to do something for somebody's birthday in the nick of time right now. It's just to give you a better idea of what you have as an arsenal of money in your hand. And if you were able to use that, you should use it to your best available advantage. So I would just tell people to invest it wisely.
Okay. Kia, what's your thoughts on it?
She hails.
What? Okay.
From E-Motel.
I'm so done. No, I definitely agree with John. Pay off what you need to pay off so nothing gets cut off. So if you're 3 months behind, pay at least 1 month.
But how would you do that if you didn't get no stimulus check, though?
Yeah.
Why they can't do whatever that is?
Look, I'm all for it. As a matter of fact, I've been there. I would rather borrow money to make money than to pay a bill. I'll do that. And I've done that before. I mean, this is back in the day when I was, in school, in college, like 20 years ago. I'm going to get this money.
Damn.
Did you really do that?
Oh. Nah, that wasn't me.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing from you guys is invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's use a couple different scenarios, and we're gonna get into some of the things that you can actually do to invest in yourself. So say a person, I'm just gonna say single mom, 3 kids, and I don't know, maybe behind on the rent and the utilities. Let's just say a total of she need $1,000 to catch up with that.
Oh no, don't pay all of that.
I'm gonna start with Kia. Kia, what would you do in that situation?
Okay, so first of all, you have to communicate with everyone because you'd be surprised how being nice and putting on a smile and talking on the phone to everyone and saying, hey, I got these 3 kids in the house. Please don't shut this off. I'm going to do it then and then. And then ask them, especially now with everything that's going on, ask them what forgiveness programs they have right now. What is it called? Adverse.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Well, yeah.
I can't remember, but they do have something. I remember when my father died, they put you through a whole different department. So if you've been in any type of I can't remember what it is, but there's a whole department, and they know. But with everything going on now, they have different programs set up where, okay, you're 3 months behind, you can do this, this, and this, because they already know. What, 80% of their clients are affected by what's going on?
Definitely. So quick on your feet right now. Today's the 8th, if I'm not mistaken, of March, and you need to get those bills paid by the 15th. You get that money in your account tomorrow morning. What you gonna do?
Oh, tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning?
We committed crime.
I want to nah. Let me see what Kid gonna say. I'm coming to you.
We got unreal. Okay.
Tomorrow morning.
We are super irresponsible. We wait till the night before.
So tomorrow's the night. You got to get those bills paid by the 15th. Or just say, you made some arrangements on some of it. You got $1,400. Just say you were able to talk them into only paying $600. What are you gonna do with that $1,400 to make it do something else?
So I'm going to okay, so again.
I mean, what she have? She got everything she got now, right?
Right, same bills. Yeah. Okay. But so I mean, she has talked to him, and out of the $1,000 that she needs, she only need to pay $600. But she got the $1,400 tomorrow morning.
What she do to get? What you be doing?
Oh, don't start. Come on.
I'm really going to go to the people that I already work with or know in some way and do something and ask for the money up front. Like, hey, let's get this popping, and here, I got the service for you.
Give me an example of something that you would do.
So, okay, so, I clean out hoarders, okay, or rearrange and organize the garage. Right. It typically costs $700, but if you pay up front, I'll charge you $5.
There you go. That was quick. So you have you made yours back real quick. So yeah, that's a quick one.
And that's just walking in my neighborhood. Like I can walk up and down the block and knock on my neighbor's door. Do that.
And people
get $400 like that. Where you stay at, kid? Buckhead.
And seriously though, people do pay well for stuff like that. Like I have a lady right now that like I know this sounds crazy. She has a room that has a bunch of boxes. I forgot what happened. I know the house flooded, so she packed up a lot of stuff. It's in this one room, and she literally paid this lady. She didn't tell me how much she paid her, but I know she paid it good. She only went through 8 boxes that day, and because, people get to looking at stuff and get to talking. Older lady. And she asked me, did I know anybody that would do that? And before she told me the 8 hours, I had like my cousin. I was going to send him over there because he quick to do something like that. He looked just like me, going to make some extra money. But when she said 8 hours, I mean, I would have did it. But when she said they was there for 8 hours and they only moved 8 boxes, like I couldn't do that. But for a person that need the money, yeah, It's a lot of stuff that you can get. I know it's small boxes. She just open them up and start thinking about memories and everything. So yeah.
Exactly. And that's what happens with a lot of my clients. There are days that when they're not there, I can clear out the whole house.
Right.
But the minute they come,
yeah, that's the
the
problem.
part I have to do is take care of them emotionally and
Right.
mentally, and that's talking with them and making them comfortable. And those are the days we don't get any physical labor work done.
And they pay well though.
They do, because they want someone to talk to and
Yeah,
someone
that's
that they can take with instead of the junk people just coming and ripping stuff up and throwing stuff away.
Right, absolutely.
So they are paying for, someone to talk to.
So we're gonna go to PKG Deluxe. Now, same question.
Great.
You need that rent paid. You got $600 that you arranged. You got to pay that. Tomorrow you got the $1,400. What are you gonna do?
I believe in trapping, so I'm out there somewhere.
You believe in trapping? Okay. I don't know who this guy is, guys.
If I got the 12 or 1,400, or if I was short and I had my money paid up front, like I'm out here still trying to get it, even if I didn't have it in my pocket.
So what would you do?
Like, I'm out, trying to get to another job real quick to make like an extra 300 on top of that 400 that I may be missing.
Give me an example of another job.
All right, cool. So TV mounting. Usually you have people that want to have a TV mounted somewhere around the area, maybe somewhere close by, or either setting up a computer for somebody. Those jobs typically pay out a good range to get you up to about a good $300, $400 if you're doing them.
Come on, Hello Tech, y'all.
So if I'm able to knock out a few of those, I'm able to get my money back a whole lot faster. But I would treat it as if I never had the money to begin with. Like I'm just short 1,200. So I'm trying to grind out hit 1,200.
Word with that. Yep, with that. Okay. All right. Same question.
Tech,
oh, sorry.
Download the app, y'all. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Matter of fact, y'all need to definitely check out his channel, Hello Tech, and we're gonna let him get more into that also.
Hello Tech app. Yep. All right.
Okay. JT, same question for you.
Oh man, listen. I might call my dog Genesis up. You know what I mean? I might sell a piece of fine art for like 3 bands or something light. I might go to a gallery, sell a Jeff Koons balloons for like 17 grand or something. Like I got everything I got now.
Okay, so hold on. Let me teleport you back to let me teleport you back to poor man's land. Let's put you in my shoes. Let's put you in my shoes. Let's put you in my shoes.
No, reselling though. Like reselling, I made a lot of money reselling. I tell people all the time that eBay sold listings is a gold mine, and we found out about Macari too.
Right.
So I used to be in Walmart every day, just scanning stuff for free, finding out what I could sell for more online than what they had in the store. Especially if you hit a lick and like certain Walmarts might be sold out of items, but your Walmart got it, man, you could boom them joints on eBay and Macari all the time. We lived in the toy section. Hasbro had some discontinued toys that you possibly could find. My brother Sion put me up on cards, like basketball cards. Before that though, you'll be surprised the margins on, if you go in Walmart in the bicycle section, not on them cheap Huffies though, but on the tires and the accessories for bicycles.
That's very true.
Sometimes have like great margins on it.
Yeah.
So I would download the eBay app for free, and I would walk, or if I got a car, drive to Walmart, or if you got a Roses or a Maxway, believe it or not, I find better luck in like them kind of stores like Roses, Maxway, those stores that might even be cheaper than Walmart or Target.
What's a Rose?
Huh?
What's a Maxway? What are those?
Oh man. Yeah, she live in Buckhead though. It's like a it's like a Neiman Marcus for poor people.
Okay. All right. We have a Roses here, but the other store we don't have here. I know we got a Roses here.
Oh yeah. It's like Rose. Yeah, you know what Roses is?
No.
Yeah.
Do you mean walk with 2 S's Or you being
Okay.
rolled like a fly.
No. Okay. Let's stay on topic. We can talk about this off the air. All right. So you guys told me what you would do if you had that money in your possession. Well, let me go to this. So we're not gonna ask you, JT, because this really won't apply to you. Kill, what are you planning on doing with your money?
I would like to participate in all questions.
Well, that's not that much money for you. Is it anything that you about to invest in right now, Kia?
I'm actually redoing and renovating parts of my home, so it'll go into that. But
Okay.
What you doing? What you doing?
I need a retaining wall in my backyard. I'm gonna be redoing some of my tile and updating some of the furniture.
You know, Corey know how to do that.
Know how to do what?
Corey,
everything.
Man,
he in a whole other state.
Yeah, but I'm kind of like in Mississippi, and she's kind of like in Georgia, you know. Anyway, okay, so let's get to you know, I want to call you your nickname, man, but I'm not gonna call you that. What are you gonna do, PK?
You know, I actually have not decided yet.
Okay.
I've been living life as if it hasn't been a thing for so long, just because I wasn't focused on it. I was focused on trying to keep a consistent grind and live life as if I would just possibly get it one day.
Okay.
But I guess as I ponder on it more, I'm definitely going to try to turn that into more money some type of way. I just need to sit down and really figure out a good way to do it.
Right.
I want to double what I got.
Okay. Sounds
I got a good answer.
Okay, let me see what you're going to say.
They don't want to let me answer. Box me in.
Because it's $1,400 for you. $1,400 is $1,400.
It's 14. Well, that's what it is to everybody. $1,400.
Okay.
Unless you got dependents, then it goes up. So this is what I'm gonna do, right? So I'm gonna keep living, as far as like my day-to-day routine, the same. But I've been hearing a lot of people talk about it, so I just been researching for free on the concept of infinite banking and becoming your own bank. It's like something to do with whole life insurance and structuring the policy a certain way. So I'm doing more research on it, but since I'm going to have an extra $1,400, and just like I tell people, I would live the same way I would live if I didn't get it. Since this is something new that I want to educate myself on, I would either invest it in that, or I'm also trying to learn about trading stocks. So my primary option, if I can, understand it and it makes sense, because I don't want to invest into nothing I don't understand. But if I figure it out in a reasonable amount of time, I want to invest in whole life insurance, and learn how to create my own bank or be my own bank through that. Or I'm going to learn stocks from a friend of mine, and I will put that in the market.
Okay, so in other words, you're going to do some research and find innovative ways to make some more money.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. Yep.
Okay.
Best answer by far.
Right. So I know earlier I spoke with you, and I think you had some conversations with some people. What were they were saying something different from what you were saying, right? As far as tell me what they were saying, because you were telling me, but I didn't really get a chance to hear the whole thing.
Yeah, I feel like surprisingly, and I don't expect nobody to be like yes men or yes women around me, but surprisingly, I didn't expect everybody on the phone to agree with me. But most people was like, nah, if you are a parent and got kids and you behind on your bills, go pay your bills. Don't let the lights get cut off at the crib or whatever. So my thing was never don't pay your bills. My thing is I don't think anybody would die if stimulus checks didn't come out. Like, you would figure it out. It might not be as comfortable as it will now be, now that you about to get an extra $1,400, but you would have figured it out either way. So my whole thing is like, man, figure it out. But a lot of people was upset and was like, nah, JT, if people got babies, you need to take care of the babies. Well, you need to take care of the baby.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I know every situation is different. I don't have any kids, so I can't really speak from that
Oh,
But I mean, I do know I'm a big one of these people. I'm really all about investing myself. I'm the type that I'm gonna sacrifice. I'm just gonna stay at home and I'm gonna make something work because I know I need this money. So like I was talking to a friend out of the blue, they just about to take a highway trip, and I know they got some other things going on where they don't need to be taking a highway trip. And when I mention it,
oh,
it's
they're about
like,
to go on vacation with the stimulus
yeah,
money.
it's almost like I mentioned it, and it's kind of like I'm tearing down your playhouse. But I mean, if you're gonna turn around a few days later and say, "Hey, I got this going on, I got that going on," I don't understand it. So I'm like, I'm all for it. Just sacrifice something if I can, and go ahead and make that investment, and then try to make something work. So I'm definitely with that. So, Kia, what were some of the things you were hearing? I think you said you mentioned that to somebody too, and you heard some different things, right?
Yeah,
Different feedback.
it's kind of similar. My friend, she is a cancer survivor, and from her last job, she just found out in her 401(b). Is that it? 403, whatever it is.
I don't have a job.
I think it's 401(c) or something like that, right?
401, something like that. I can't remember. She found some money, and she's like, "Should I pay bills with
Oh,
it?"
you're
And I
talking about
was
something
like,
different, okay?
"Absolutely not." Yeah, but it's the same thing. She
Mm-hmm.
lucked up on some money. It's hers, and it's just in like a 401(k), basically.
401(k), okay, gotcha.
With different laws and different policies and stuff.
I think it's
So
301, whatever it is, but yeah, I'm sorry.
yes, something like that. So she's like, "Should I pay my bills with it to catch my hand?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "No, first of all, you're going to get all those penalties, but it's not the same. But still, act as if that money isn't there. Do something else with it." I told her to, roll it into a Roth IRA so that she doesn't catch all the penalties and taxes, but it's the same premise. You're coming up on some unexpected money that's extra, that's not guaranteed. So don't pay your bills with it.
Did she go
And
on?
that's not to say don't pay bills, but
Right.
like you were saying,
Did she go in details why? Because I know sometimes people mention that like they have a specific reason why they want to pay like certain bills. Like, did she go into detail on that? Why? Okay, I want to take care of this bill. Was there a reason behind that?
I
well,
know why.
she's still actually going through her cancer treatment. So she's stage 4.
Right.
And so it's not like she can really get up and go to work because she can't go out. She already has a
She'll be more
compromised
comfortable.
immune system.
Sound like she'll be more comfortable
Right.
if she had that bill off her plate. Is what it sounds like.
Right. So she has a lot of thoughts.
Right.
One, it's not like she can go to work. She can't do certain things because she can't even really go outside. So her shut in is a real shut in, whether COVID was here or not.
Mm-hmm.
So there's always that,
Okay.
sitting on her chest.
Okay. PK, did you have some people did you talk to some people about that, or just kind of random for today?
And I've seen some people do some rambunctious stuff with the first half of the stimulus that they already got.
I like that rambunctious. Come on, man. Let him finish. So where are you going with it, man?
Hey, so to see people get this second chance to do the right thing or possibly do something different with it wouldn't surprise me. But this is just to have that conversation piece to jot in someone's mind that, hey, you can make a difference. You can do something different. You can make a better investment other than going on that vacation or getting those sneakers or blowing all your money on something other than rent if you didn't need it. But it's just to jot the mind to have that conversation, because I think those people are around who lose all their income like that don't think about the next day. They just think about the right now.
Right, and I think you say do the right thing, but I think like your definition and my definition and their definition are gonna be totally different than the right thing, because you do have some people they just don't care. I think for me it's more pertaining to the people that is always complaining about a situation. I think you should do something different. But the ones that's not complaining, like, you happy with that? Whatever. It's like, I know people, they went and bought TVs like crazy. It's funny because I got a neighbor that works at a place where they do something with the cardboard. But during that time, like, they ran out of cardboard. Like, the companies was trying to make, the cardboard for the TV, the first check, man, they just completely ran out. That's how many TVs was bought, I'm like, dang, you know. So people did do some, as you would say, some what's the word?
He from
Can't get it out.
Mississippi.
I can't get it out. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
My thing though is that if you don't invest the stimulus check, you're going to lose money because like it feels like free money, but the money has to get paid back, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna have to be paid back with interest. So the Fed prints the money, loans it to the government. Since the Fed is a private entity, it's not actual a federal entity. So the Fed print the money, loan it to the government, and then the government issues it out. So they have an interest rate. I mean, the interest rate is like near zero right now. So, but still, I think incrementally, once it's time to pay this back, the prices of things are going to go up. The interest rates at banks are going to go up. So, yeah, you did something temporarily like pay up your bills, but what happens when your rent goes up after your lease is up?
Yeah,
because when this person that owned your property refinance, and now they got a higher interest rate because now it's trying to pay back this money.
I totally agree. So basically, what you're saying is, if you do nothing, that you're gonna pay for it anyway, regardless.
Yeah,
so you might as well do something with it. That makes sense.
Yeah. You gonna indirectly have to pay this back. And I mean, maybe directly. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but you can't just forgive debt. I think a lot of people don't understand that. Like, oh, if we owe ourselves, thinking logically, okay, if I borrow $100 for myself before I stress myself out about it, I would forgive that $100. But what they don't understand about the government is that the government has money in other countries. So if you devalue your currency, right? Let's say Corey make up some Corey coins, but I see you give me 1,000 Corey coins, and you say, okay, this is enough money to buy a house with. But then I see you just start making unlimited Corey coins and giving them out to everybody. Now it's like, man, the buying power of these Corey coins go down the more that you have in circulation. And if you instantly say, you know what, I'm going to forgive all the debt on Corey coins, what is my coins worth? So it has to have some kind of like, you got to maintain the value in some way. So the more you make, the more it goes down. And if you just, I gave you a loan, but now I'm going to magically make the money I gave you be worth nothing, because that's essentially what you're saying. If you're saying I'm going to just forgive the money, well, hey, it's worth nothing now. So in the eyes of other countries, it's like, okay, do we really want to receive aid from the United States, knowing that other countries will say, we ain't want that dollar. Like, you know, if they get down too bad, they just going to say it ain't worth nothing anyway and wipe it clean. But we really want our money because we got stuff to buy.
Right.
I think in like some African countries, they did that too, where they devalued the currency so much that it ain't really worth nothing. Now, I think that that's an extreme scenario, but the point that I'm making here is that you can't forgive all of the debt. Now, they might can do some sort of debt forgiveness on part of it, but the money still has to get paid back somewhere else. Like they was talking about, they was talking about how Joe Biden, if you consolidate your student loans, he would forgive $10,000. But okay, how are we gonna make that money? So now we might have to do some tax reforms and make the richest people in society pay a little bit more extra. And the average person will say, well, they got it, it don't matter. But a lot of these people are business owners, and they control what you pay at the gas pump. They control your employment. So now you've been working the same job for 9 years. Oh, man, I think I should have a raise. Nah, matter of fact, we're going to fire you and hire somebody else that we can pay less to, because now it costs us more money.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, yeah, man, like it rolls downhill. So always. I really think that if you don't invest, especially this money, you know, you're going to end up paying for it down the line. So that's why I was like, you know, I want to look on infinite banking, the stock market, things like that, and actually find ways that money can make money. Because I do think that $1,400 is good seed money. There's a lot of businesses you can start on a small level, especially with e-commerce, where everything at. You can start an e-commerce store for way less than $1,400. So open up a Shopify store, get to a manufacturer, or how me and you was talking, Corey. If you want to 3D print some stuff, like, man, it's a huge market. Like, just about everywhere I've been, people been wanting face shields. And now, other than the face shields, they make the glasses that come all the way down over your mouth and all. And barbers use them and all.
Right. I'm already on that, man. I'm doing some RC parts, so I already got a few requests. So yeah, definitely, I'm already on that. Just another stream of income, if possible. Well, so what do you got?
What you gonna do with your stimulus check?
Me? So I'm just going, as of right now, I'm just going to invest in more of, I got a 3D printer, so I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this particular size. Well, I think the other one's the same size, but it has a few more features. Not really sure yet, because I just got it, and just set it up like late last night. And I'm going to probably invest in a little bit more filament. And I don't know, I hadn't made my mind up totally, but I got a couple other things. I'm waiting on Stan Banks. A bunch of you guys know Stan Banks with T-shirt side hustle, because I got some things I want to do with that also. So I think I'm going to invest a portion into that and do something with Supercolors transfer. So I got a couple ideas for some shirts. Just hadn't gotten into it yet, but yeah. So that's one of the things that I'm going to definitely do. Yeah, so what do you guys think? Are y'all agreeing with what he said as far as the money's going to be paid back in some shape, form, or fashion?
Absolutely.
It gotta be.
Yeah. It's no way that they just going to give you free. It's not such thing as free. So a lot of people don't understand. They say, oh, well, you won't be taxed on it. Oh, you're going to be taxed. You just might not be taxed.
Right. You're just not going to know about it.
Right.
Like, just think, how many times can I borrow money from you, especially if somebody is making you? Like, if I'm like, Corey, okay, I need $600. Okay, I give you $600. Corey, man, I need another $600. Man, I don't want to give you $600 again. But then your parents say, Corey, give them $600.
Right.
Then I come around again, Corey, I want $1,400. And your mom and daddy say, yeah, Corey, loan them $1,400. Well, okay, I loaned it because I had to loan it.
Right.
But you going to give me this money back one way or another.
Nah, you gonna crack it at that point, so I can't give it. You can't give it back. I should have been giving you in a program, but nah, stuff like that happen. No, I totally get what you're saying. We definitely gonna pay it back in some shape, form, and fashion, because they already been talking about raising the taxes on business. Well, so it's coming. It's definitely coming. Like we're gonna definitely pay it back. Somebody gonna suffer, So I do agree.
That's why we invest in property overseas.
Yeah, well, I would like to say I'm not part of we right now. So
when I was a child, I thought as a child. So
oh, here we go. At some point, I'm not there yet. Let's just say it like that. But it's definitely coming. Go ahead. Were you about to say something?
Kia.
I thought I heard, but PK saying something.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Nah, I thought Kia was saying something.
Kia, you still there?
No, I didn't say anything.
Okay.
What I said was the same thing that you guys are saying. It's going to come around in a way that most people are not even going to realize it. Like, okay, inflation and other ways and taxes, like you said. So it's going to come back around, but get your
and it's going to impact the stuff that you need. Like, I just want people to understand that. Like, they going to guarantee they make their money back. So it ain't like the price of celery is going to go up and you like, well, I don't eat celery. No, the price of gas is going to go up.
Have you noticed gas lately? That's what I was thinking. The gas, have you already noticed it?
Yeah, your gas bill is going to go up. Like, when you get your electric bill and they charge you per whatever kilowatt or whatever they call it, like, that's going to go up. Right now it might be, oh, we only paying 8 cents. And then you look up like, oh, now we charging you 9.5 cents. It's stuff like that you like, oh, well, it's not that much, but it's the same electricity. So, and then do that times however much you use, times every house in your neighborhood, every house in your city, every business in your city. Yeah, so I think that realistically they got to do it incrementally. They can't mail you a bill and say this how much stimulus money you got. So this is what you need to pay back, or we gonna throw you in jail.
Right.
But it's gonna be gas, utilities, things like that. You're gonna need to have.
Yeah, and the gas is already creeping up, so you might as well get prepared. I hear a lot of people talk about the grocery. I don't go grocery shopping, but I hear everybody saying how everything has gone up. So it's just a matter of time. We definitely gonna pay for it. So I think that's why it's all the more reason you should be investing in something that's gonna make you some additional income. And go ahead.
Go ahead. How you feel about crypto? Because what I'm hearing a lot of people saying too is they gonna spend their whole stimulus check in you can buy part of a Bitcoin,
right?
Or I think the other big one is Ethereum. Or I'm probably saying it wrong.
I think that's right though. Yeah.
No, that's right.
But how y'all feel about that? Like people saying, well, take your stimulus check and buy part of a Bitcoin or some other cryptocurrency.
Go ahead, Kia.
The whole check, like if you're already if you're spending the whole check on anything, you didn't need the check. And this is just extra money. But
preach.
The whole check?
Preach.
I don't know about that. That doesn't
Well, what about part of the check? I mean, I've been hearing people say, yeah, the whole check, but even if somebody said, I want to put $300 of the check in crypto and then live off the other $1,100.
I mean, if you don't need it, you can't say live off of, because then that implies that you needed it.
Right.
Because the thing is, crypto doesn't have the fast turnaround. That's not from what I don't know that much. But what I do know is that crypto is not fast turnaround money. So if you need your stimulus check to live off of, that's not what you need to do. You need to be able to re-up that money real quick.
Yeah, what you got?
If you don't need it,
sorry, go ahead.
Then do what as you wish.
Go ahead. Talk that talk, bud. Tell them.
I think it's pretty high risk, high. These are good investments. That's something that you're not looking at seeing for maybe the foreseeable 5 to 10 years at this point, possibly. That's not going to be something that's instantaneously if that's what you were looking for. So to make investment, it's not, I wouldn't recommend it, but I understand the worth in it. But I would not recommend that to anyone trying to do, especially if they don't have a full understanding of what they're doing with crypto.
I think you, not, and I'm just saying the figurative you, not any you in particular, but if the shoe fit, where I think that you and all of your broke friends that ain't never had no money, that's about to get this money, should put that money together and go to Alibaba or AliExpress and buy you some hair and flip the hair, double your money, or y'all should all go in on getting a little trailer and start a food trailer, because people still gonna need to eat. People still like to look good even when they broke. So having the weave and all of that, I think that like really, if you leverage group economics, and we say that a lot, but the reality of it is that I'm getting to the level where I'm having the pleasure of meeting people that make millions of dollars and tell me their friends are billionaires and work with billionaires. And the common thread that I'm hearing here is that all the highly successful people use what we call group economics, but they might just say networking. So it's the same thing, they just use a different word. So if you can get comfortable now doing it, the issue that we have as low income people, and I'm not talking about your pockets, I'm talking about your mentality, is that you don't want nobody in your business. So, or you don't trust nobody. Like, I ain't want nobody in my business. I don't trust nobody. I think Corey gonna run off with the money. But like I said it myself previously, because I did the research and posted on my channel, that you'll find out that people like Jeff Bezos owns 11% of Amazon. And he's the founder and CEO. But we talking about equity, though. We're not talking about voting power.
Right, break that down for him, JT. I know we talked about that before, but break that down for him. And we talked about why people, like our people, like, no, but break that down for him. Okay, so it's for us here, right? So let's say that we all say, well, you know what? I'm willing to invest $400 of our stimulus check, right? We're not all going to invest the whole thing because we got bills and families and whatever.
So we all say, well, we all for us give $400. So we got $1,600 in the pot. But let's say Kia got the best idea for a business we could start with $1,600. So Kia will say, okay, since we all put the money in, and let's say Kia also, not only does she have the idea, she's just a better business person than us, so she more fit to make decisions and run the business. Kia will say that we will split the equity equally. So when the profits come in, we all get 25% of the profits, but it might be a 60-40 split on the voting power, where Kia got 60% of the ability to make a decision, and then us three split the other 40%, or whatever it is, like, or 70-30, as long as she got at least 51. So she can have 51% and let us split the other 49. At the end of the day, most times people just want to have that security that their money is not going to be lost. So you got to have an asset. So if we came together, we got to say, okay, all our money together, we gonna wholesale a house. So we got a contract that's worth X amount of dollars, and we all got rights to that. Or if we gonna start a food trailer or whatever, we gonna finance the trailer, but we gonna put this much money down, and we all got equity in the trailer or in the truck or whatever. So we would have an asset, so the other people that don't have the voting power got some sense of security that Kia won't run off with the money. But if all of us got the same amount of authority, Kia the only one that know business, I'll just say, well, I just don't feel like we should do that because I don't understand it. And we never get anything done. Yeah.
Yep.
So I think that really we got to understand that and have those hard conversations like, okay, I need all of us to put up the same amount of money, but this is how we need to do it. And let them know, I'm going to give you equity in the company, but I'll run everything, so I need the ability to make decisions. If all three of us is going to go to work and Kia is the one working on the business, Kia shouldn't have to wait till our lunch break before a decision can be made. So that's an easy enough conversation to have that, okay, this is what our goal is. I need to have the power to make decisions. What if Corey work a job where he don't get a traditional lunch break, so we got to wait till after he get off? So now Kia can't make no decisions before 5 o'clock in the afternoon. That might be too late. Yeah. So if we going to partner together, and first we got to understand that people at the highest level didn't get there by themselves, and they don't operate by themselves once they get to that level. And there is such a thing that usually, since we not taught this, we give people everything. We don't know that, okay, we can structure a contract where I'll give you financial equity, but that is separate from the voting power. Like, you know, in stocks, they got different kind of stocks, like Class A, Class B, or whatever it is type stocks, where it's like one stock has voting power, but the stock that we go buy on the New York Stock Exchange, right, you can go buy Nike stock right now, but you can't say, I think y'all should come out with this kind of shoe next year. They're going to be like, nah, we ain't listening to nothing you got to say. But if we make money, we'll give you some of that, like, on the increase. So it's just understanding that. Just my whole thing is like, no matter what level you at, start operating like the big companies operate, because they doing it for a reason.
And we're gonna go back and revisit that in just a moment, also, because I want to talk more on that subject. So, Kia, what's your thoughts on that? What he just said?
And it's totally great, and also leverage. You have to leverage what you have. So if you have someone, say you all have seed money, right? There's 4 of us, right? But one of us is unemployed. Well, we're going to let that person use their time to do what we need to get done. And a lot of people are like, well, that person doesn't have a job, so they don't have anything to lose. Yeah, but they're putting in the same amount of seed money.
Absolutely.
Leverage the time that they have and also use them for their best characteristics and their best skills. So if you have someone who is good at money, okay, make sure you use them for money. But if you have someone else who's the front person because they smile a lot and they can get you past all the gatekeepers, use that person.
PR.
Right?
Absolutely. I'm with you on that.
Exactly.
I'm definitely with you on that. What's your thoughts, PK?
As I'm pondering on, I'm agreeing with John more and more. Group economics is a thing that I'm starting to see has its value to it and why people do it. but it's also understanding people's responsibilities and roles within it. When you do or have develop a team, you want to make sure that the people that you have around you are going to be able to perform and keep up with the things you need to have done. And as I'm looking more into it, I'm starting to understand it from a better perspective as well. So I get more insight from the ideas of what's going on here and from what is being said as well.
Yeah, so I want to go back and revisit what we just said. You kind of touched on it too, PK. So how do we get to that point where we actually have the trust and we're getting things done as a group?
Fear comes from a lack of knowledge. So I think that me and you could be boys our whole life, grow up together and all, but if all we ever talk about is basketball and chasing women, we never had those discussions about finances. You might be afraid if I say, hey, man, let's put $2,000 in here together and start this business. So I think that we don't have those conversations enough. Like, we don't talk about business. We'll talk about the basketball game. We'll talk about women. We'll talk about TV shows. But actually just coming together and say, hey, man, this is what I want to start. And actually doing it in a real way. So I want to use an example. My partner Breon. So Breon is helping me do marketing this year. He got my face on the side of one of his vehicles. So when Breon approached me with it, right, I told him, I may be interested in it. I just need more information. So within a week's time, he had a whole presentation. So Breon is like a brother, a friend to me. But when it came down to business, he was willing to go out and do his homework and come back to me with data and say, okay, it's not because I feel like it's a good idea. This is numbers from the industry that proves that this is a good investment. This is the risk. These are the alternatives. You could put a billboard out that doesn't move, or you could put it on a vehicle that's going to go all over the East Coast or the Southeast and Texas, right? So I think that for us to trust each other, one, we got to not be afraid of money. So I think that me and you are cool, and I'm just, using you as an example, but we cool with each other, but we don't understand money, and we don't have discussions about money so that we can learn about money. Like, you never know.
No familiarity.
Say it again?
There's no familiarity. I'm saying that. Right.
So I think if you want to, start putting money together with people, the first conversation we have can't be, hey, let's all put money in the hat. We need to ask, okay, have you ever even heard of group economics? Have you ever thought about investing in business? Because what the most common thing is, I don't know how to do that. That's too risky. So if we start off the conversation with that, now I already know, okay, we all have different fears, but you just don't understand entrepreneurship. So if I want us to all put our money together to open up whatever business, I know to go do research on this, because I know your concerns are it costs too much money. You might not know that we could start with as low as $3,000. You might say, I don't know how to do that. So if I go do some research and say, okay, this is how other businesses in this area market, or this is a company right here that does marketing, and we could pay them to do our marketing for us, and now try to alleviate some of those fears. But I think that's really where it's going to have to start with. We got to have the conversation, and we got to be serious about it. Okay, at the end of the day, do we want to get to the next level or not? You can only go so far by yourself. So I don't want nobody to listen to this podcast and make it seem like you can't do anything without the help of somebody else. Because you can have some success, but I'm saying to really get to the highest level, I believe that God is going to require that you take somebody with you. Like, you're going to have to help somebody on the way to get to where you're trying to go. That's just the nature of the beast. So the quicker you accept the fact that, okay, I'm willing to do business with other people. Kobe Bryant rookie card sells for $1.795 million. I'm sorry, that was a left field comment, but that popped up on my screen. But hey, group economics, if we could all pool our money together and buy it, because if I'm not mistaken, ain't that how they bought Lil Wayne's his masters for $100 million? That wasn't a single person. That was a group of people.
I'm sure it was. I'm not real familiar with it, but I'm sure it was though. So,
Yeah.
Kill, you about to say something? What were you about to say?
No, I agreed with what he was saying in regards to fear because there's no knowledge and the lack of having some of those conversations. You can take some of those conversations with the small things you do and transfer it into the bigger things. So, yeah.
And we don't have patience as a people. Again, I'm talking about the low income mentality, right? Not attacking nobody's wallet. I don't know how much money y'all got. But it's like we don't have any delayed gratification. So if I ask you, do you want to do a business together, and I have this great idea, right, and you turn me down, now I'm mad at you. I'm not understanding. I'm not emotionally intelligent enough to know that Corey has been doing the 9-to-5 thing for 40 years. And I'm coming to him telling him to do something totally different. I'm going against 40 years of what he thought was the right thing to do. So he responded in a logical way. Nah, I've been having a lot of success doing it this way. I'm going to keep riding this out. So a lack of emotional intelligence. Now I'm mad at you. Hey, dog, now I'm going to prove that such and such wrong because he ain't invest. And when I get some money, I'm going to stun on him. I'm going to get a car. I'm going to drive it to his job with the music loud. Let him know he messed up.
Right. That's a good one. Yeah, that's true. So basically you guys are saying people got to get educated. So when you get to the point where you are educating the people and they're not willing to accept what you're saying, do you continuously? Yeah, okay, that's what I was about to ask. That's what I want to know. And that's what I had. That's something I had to learn, man. What I helping people out on, because I had people that start resenting me, and I was so upset because I'm like, you got all this time in this, and I only got like a fraction of time in doing what you did, and I jumped out and did it, and they started resenting me, man. So I just had to stop, let that conversation completely go. So yeah. So y'all feel the same
in business, whether it's partnerships or in sales. A lot of people are going to fail because they waste time on no people, right? If you're doing business the right way, you can actually find people in your target audience. That's whether you targeting them to partner with you or you targeting them to be your consumers. So, like for example, I know my mom is old school. She don't like flying. She never flew before in her life. So if I'm an airline owner, right, I'm not gonna waste time trying to change my mother's mind on why she should start flying. There's a whole generation of millennials that love to fly. So why would I waste all of my time and marketing dollars trying to convince her to do something that she never want to do? Or I can easily persuade this audience right here that's already interested in it, or they may be possibly interested in it, and explain the benefits of it. So you waste a lot of time and money when you're trying to convince no people. So I think that's what hurt a lot of people too. If you don't got the support of your family members and friends, you will stay doing the same thing, trying to sell them, not understanding that, listen, the world is bigger than your family members and friends.
Man,
I might not understand cryptocurrency, but it's a whole group of people that understand cryptocurrency. So instead of wasting every day trying to sell on hey, bro, you need to buy some cryptocurrency. We need to do this with crypto, right, man? You go out there and market to people that already know what it is, and you start making money. And now what might happen is that, okay, 6 months to a year from now I see you making a lot of money, I might come back to you. But if you waste time with me, have that success and now don't have that reference point. People thought I was crazy when I quit my job to drive cargo van, but it turned out to be the best decision of my life. And another thing too is, like, I don't think that I'm the best entrepreneur out of all of the people that I grew up with. I got a friend who works in the DC area, and I stay on him, but he would be a better entrepreneur than me. Like, his tolerance, he does a ton of research, but what's going to hold him back is that his saying is, my son's got to eat every day. So he's afraid because he don't understand how to consistently make money, or how you going to make enough money so you can put food on the table, right? So what I do, though, is I don't waste time on no people. So, I play around with him, telling him he's making a mistake in the corporate world, but I'm not going to try to beg him to partner with me if I want to do a business, knowing that that's not who he is. There's a ton of other people that are interested and they're looking for an investment to put their money in to get passive or semi-passive income out of.
I totally agree. That's one of the things I had to learn. Just, let people do what they gonna do. Quit trying to change their mind. You change a man's mind, you make an enemy out of him. You'd be surprised. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you, Kia? What's your thoughts on that? The ones that you try to help them, but they moving real slow.
It kind of reminds me of 1/3 of the people are going to hate you, 1/3 are going to love you, and 1/3 are going to be indifferent. So in regards to marketing, you're not going to waste your time on the people who hate you. And you're not going to put 100% of your effort into the people who love you. Why? Because they love you. They will be there. Don't mistreat them. You put your marketing and your advertising into the people who are indifferent. Why? Because they can be swayed.
Right.
So that way that'll make your people who love you, that pool will be bigger. So yes, you gotta learn to let certain people go. You don't have to be liked, and you don't, even if you know that your idea or whatever you're doing is 100% and it's infallible, don't waste your time trying to convince everybody of that.
Right.
Everything is not for everybody.
Everything's not for everybody. You can't take everybody with you where you're going, And I mean, you're not gonna be able to go where everybody else going either. So it's just one of those things. What do you think, PK? Same thing.
Yeah, I'm thinking if you have your vision, you need to take flight. You can't sit there and wait for someone else to kind of give you the okay to say that this is a great idea or a bad idea. You have to take the opportunity as it presents itself to you. And those people who are around you, usually if they aren't the people who are boosting you to do these things, they aren't really supportive of the ideas that you have going for you. So I would say that you don't need to really be around those people. You don't need to really associate too much with them. But at the same time, you want to remember who they are because they're going to be the motivation you need to take it to the next level.
Well said. I totally agree with that. Totally agree.
I would also want to add that that for somebody out there that wants to do something entrepreneurial, specifically start a business over investing, I'm a firm believer in finding the blueprint instead of going to the school of hard knocks. This is from somebody that went to the school of hard knocks, went broke, and had to crawl back. So I firmly believe that you should identify a blueprint of somebody in your industry that's already doing it, and even people outside of your industry, just in your natural course of life as a consumer, right? Let's say you go to the store, and if you buy anything out of the store that wasn't on your list of stuff to buy, just ask yourself why, right? So stores like Walmart and etc., they actually, the companies that are in there, their products that are in there, they pay to be in certain positions. So if they're on an end cap, they pay to be on an end cap. If you ever walked into Walmart and you wonder why they got certain stuff in the center of the aisles, certain stuff on the end cap, certain stuff down on the lane, it's like they paid money to be there. So maybe you don't want to be in Walmart or etc., but the takeaway from that may be that, okay, product placement is important. So how can I do product placement with whatever my product or service is? Can I get with an influencer and try to get them to do product placement? Can I do my own product placement on my own scale somewhere? Even if I'm doing an entertaining TikTok or Instagram ad, like I want my product placement to be on point. Little stuff like that. I don't know how often the listeners are going to like buy a vehicle from a dealership, whether it's a used car dealership or a new car dealership. But I recently bought a Honda for my business, and like I actually be saving all of their correspondence. They're one of the best people, and when it comes to like marketing. So I went and bought a work vehicle, paid cash for it. In my mind, just like most people, okay, they got the money from me, they moving on. So I might not need another vehicle, especially it's a Honda. I might not need another vehicle for 5 years, 7 years or longer if I take care of it. So in my mind, they're going to move on to the next customer. But no, they sent me a calendar that's personalized. They send me newsletters that talk about Honda a little bit, but then they tell me about what holidays are this month, fun facts about history. They send you all kind of direct mail campaigns. And the takeaway from that for the people that are uninitiated is understanding that there's a marketing principle that basically says that it's easier to create a repeat customer out of a happy customer than it is to go get a new customer. So the cost of them sending me emails is practically zero. The cost of them sending me calendars, they're getting them in bulk, so it's basically zero. So it doesn't really hurt them to do a marketing campaign on me over a period of time. And maybe the next time I'm in the market for a vehicle, I go back to them. I've already made up in my mind when I do want another vehicle, I'm going to go right back to them because of their customer service. And I wasn't even expecting them to be sending me a calendar and little stuff like that. That it's really not that expensive. So don't think that you got to, go all out. Even if you can't afford a calendar, 9 times out of 10, if you a small business competing with other mom and pop businesses, whatever you do might be more than what one of your competitors is doing. So sending them a postcard or anything like that.
That's very true. One of the things that one of the guys I know in the same business I'm in, he sent out at Christmas. He sent out Christmas cards, and he go get a bunch of $2 bills and put $2 bills in each one of them. And one of my incentives with some of my customers, sometimes I give them a discount on that service around that time, or better yet, I might just give it to them for free, just based on how many customers they may send me. And they send me a ton more. I did a customer house today just based on another customer, So, yeah, I totally agree with you.
What $2 bills from?
He said he goes to the bank and just go grab them from the bank. I didn't know they had them like that, but that's what he told me. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. That stand out. You see a $2 bill versus a $5 bill, although I'd rather have $5, but it's just something about that $2 bill.
Yeah, it just seemed real.
Yeah, I just thought it was cool. Yeah. But go ahead, PK. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm good.
Oh, no, another thing I was going to say, too, like, okay, we still down the rabbit hole of if you're going to take that money to start a business and now you worry how you're going to make sales to make your money back is the direction that I'm moving in personally as somebody that's had a lot of success doing direct sales is turn your audience into commission-based salespeople, right? That's another tactic that I learned in this past year as well. What I mean by that is that Corey has a pest control service. So if Corey comes to my house, does excellent service, and then he say, hey, if you know any friends that need this service, either I'll give you 10% of the money they pay, or he can say, I'll give you 10% off of your next service. If you refer somebody to me, just tell them to let me know that JT sent you. So there is a tactic out there. Amazon, one of the biggest companies out there, they have a free program where you can sign up with them called Amazon Associates, and you can refer stuff to them. Now, we will be thinking, Amazon don't need no help selling stuff. Everybody know what Amazon is, but they'll let anybody, whether you a billionaire or you somebody that's flat broke listening to this podcast, you can sign up for Amazon Associates. And if somebody say, hey, man, I like that laptop, where you get it from? I like that cell phone. I like that cell phone case. Whatever they say that they like, that if Amazon sell it, even if you ain't got it from Amazon, you can send them the link to it. Dope thing about it is that even if they don't buy that item, if they buy anything within 24 hours of clicking that link, you still get paid. But tying it back to your own business is create your own commission-based salespeople where you incentivize them. Okay, yeah, I gave you excellent customer service, but you might need pest control again, or you might need whatever your product or service is as the listener again. So, of course, money incentivizes a lot of people. So you could say, I'll give you 10% of, whatever I make. Or if you know that you got the type of business that they're going to need follow-up services, right? So talking to Corey, to my understanding, if you got a roach infestation, he going to have to come back more than once. So if he got to come back until he resolved the problem, it might be more advantageous to you. The man, just give me the discount. Okay, what if I send 3 people your way? You give me 30% off the next time you got to come do this or do that for me. So that's why it's super important to run your numbers, because if you don't know your profit margins, then you don't know how much you can give somebody off or what incentive you can give somebody to refer your back to you. Lots of times we be in what I call the race to the bottom, where, okay, Corey do pest control for $85. I'm gonna do it for $55.
Yeah.
But I ain't ran no numbers. I'm not taking into consideration all the operating expenses that are surrounding this my pest control service. I'm just trying to undercut Corey and hope that I can take his customers. But those people, they don't stay in business long term because they're not profitable. They feel like you're profitable until the end of the month come, and you say, "Man, I ain't really made no money after paying my overhead. I don't know where my money went."
And you're working twice as
So
hard.
definitely got to bring your numbers,
Right.
know your customer acquisition costs for your industry,
Right.
And try to be at that or below that.
Right. Okay, go ahead, Kia.
No, that was right. I was just saying right. I was agreeing.
Yeah. What about you, PK?
Because they're not getting the money.
Right.
You wondering where the money went, but you never got it in the first place.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know people that have done that, and it's like you say, a race to the bottom. They try to give the people these crazy deals, and I also have seen, and this also has happened to me. I've given a customer a lower price, and it's like, I don't know, and they went with the people that were charging more. So, I had to have that idea in my mind. Okay, this is what I'm charging. Not to say if you don't like it, I don't care, because I would like to do business with you, but sometimes you just got to know when to walk, because you
got to sell the value, not the price.
That's right, absolutely.
Sell the value, not the price.
That's it.
I'm not really interested in working with no company that can't pay me at least $10,000 a month. Right. So it's probably a ton of companies that's like, we'll work with you today for $3,500, and right. I'm like, nah, I'd rather not. But it's like I'm selling the value, not the price.
Right, definitely. What's your thoughts, PK?
What? I want to make sure I get this right in my head. Like as I'm going through this, like, I agree with John on this. Like, you want to make sure you're selling the market of who you are. Like when I'm doing a couple of these tech entrepreneur jobs, I go into people's houses. I do mention one thing about how they contacted me through a service company, but on the second end of that coin, I'm also saying if you need me as a secondary service outside of that, I don't mind coming back. You don't have to contact me anymore. So I do agree with that, pitching yourself off to get a better deal idea that John gets off here.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Man, I think everybody should have a referral program. You gotta know your customer acquisition costs. You gotta know your profit margins. These are all the boring things that if you don't know, you're gonna not be as profitable as you should. So these are things you gotta figure out anyway. And you could Google it. If you don't know what a customer acquisition cost is, just Google what is a customer acquisition cost. But in a nutshell, it just talks about what efforts do you have to put forth, usually from a financial perspective. How much money do you have to spend to generate a sale, right? So that's what I mean when I say customer acquisition costs for anybody that may not know.
Right. And it's good you broke that down, because I think a lot of times we lose people when we, say certain terms like, okay, I'm kind of lost, But yeah, that's good you break that down, because a lot of times people don't have any idea. They'll sit there. It's funny because people they'll sit there and have a whole conversation with you and didn't know what you're talking about because they're afraid to say it, And that's one of those things. People, hey, when I don't know something, I'm real quick to tell people, man, hey, JT, I say this all the time. Hey, man, I know what I know. And what I specialize in, I know. But what I don't know, I don't know. So I always ask questions, guys, because, sometimes people say some things and it'll go over your head and you'll be missing out a whole lot. And it might be that one key thing that you need that could have helped you out in another situation. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you guys will see the upload date of this podcast episode. So I recommend that you do your own due diligence if you're watching it after the fact, because the market can change whenever, right? But currently the inorganic reach is cheaper than organic reach in e-commerce stores. What that basically means now is that if you start an online business and pay ads to generate sales, it's cheaper than you trying to organically grow your business by doing SEO to rank on the first page of Google, to try to do an organic, post this often on social media campaign to try to organically, between using hashtags and other free tactics, grow my social media and generate sales. And in most industries, it's not that way. So if I had to guess, I would guess eventually it would change. So the industry standard right now is that it's $87 if you are doing it the organic way. That's purchasing a website, doing your SEO, all your organic social media stuff, all the costs associated with that. Because you still got to pay for hosting and etc. And you might use some software to help you post periodically out there, like Hootsuite and Buffer and all of them. But in a nutshell, currently the average is it costs you $87 to generate a sale in an e-commerce store if you do it organically. Inorganically, running ads, it's around $81. So knowing that, you still need to factor in yours. Because if you don't know how to sell anything, you might spend $300 to generate one $20 sale. So don't take these numbers and say, okay, these are my numbers. You need to actually look at and keep track of what you're spending prior to your first sale, and that's your customer acquisition costs minus your sunk costs. Sunk costs are things that you're going to need regardless, like your website. I would consider that to be a sunk cost. So whether you sell anything or not, you need a website. But anything beyond that, I would factor that in as what's your customer acquisition cost. And if you are at $87 or less, then you actually are pretty good as an e-commerce store. Of course, you want it to be as close to zero as possible if you're trying to maximize profits, but very rarely are you going to get to zero as your customer acquisition cost.
Right. Very rare. I want to go back to PK for a minute. I want him to tell the people, how much does it cost to get into what you're doing now with HelloTech? Well, explain that to them and just tell them how much it costs, because a lot of people think every business you get into costs a whole bunch of money. Like when I was getting into pest control, like I was always hear these outrageous numbers. And then if you actually look into it, just to get into it, it's not as bad as you would think it would be. But give them and tell them what it is you do. One of the things you do, and with that company, and what it takes and what it costs for you to get into that. So this might be something good. You guys, make sure you listen to this. This might be something that that you can use when you do get that money, because it's not going to cost that much from what I'm understanding.
Okay, so I work with a company now called HelloTech, and I believe that the company was started out of the California region. I want to say Sacramento. HelloTech is a company that allows people that are in different states to make a job work from anywhere where they want it to. So, for instance, if I am in one state, like we were in Tennessee, and there was someone that needed some type of assistance doing something that was computer related, internet related, Wi-Fi related, TV related, just anything technological, I could go into the household, assist them for that purpose, and then leave out with some type of financial backing to go with it. And on the other side of that, I'm also selling myself as a person, saying that, hey, I'm outside of this, an entrepreneur. If you needed me to come back, I could do it on side of it, outside of using the app that you have. So HelloTech was just a way for me to use my skills that I learned from Best Buy after being there for so long and apply them in else ways other than sales. So I already have the understanding of how to sell a product, but the other half of it was setting the product up for the person. So it just made life a little bit easier for that. It didn't cost anything to get started. It did require a little bit more reading than normal, but I mean, it didn't painfully hurt anything. And I want to say that I don't really have any problems with it or with the job. I've been doing it for probably about 6 months now, and it's been bringing us some pretty healthy, good income.
How much it costs to start?
But absolutely nothing. That's
You gotta have a few tools on the side?
Not even the tools. You can do this without tools. You don't need tools. You don't need to.
Okay.
If you decide to go towards the route of saying that you want to mount TVs, then yes, you're going to need tools, but you don't always have to do that, nor do you need to take your tool case everywhere you go for the jobs that you're going to have. Like, if I'm going to reset someone's router or put a printer and a computer on somebody's Wi-Fi, I don't need a screwdriver for that. It just requires me to get on the internet, figure out their Wi-Fi password, go from there, plug everything up, and configure it. But it's not a troublesome process to where I need an entire toolbox. So that's why I try to break the narrative between that. Now, if you wanted to go to that route, that's where you start going into installing floodlights and flood cams and video doorbell installations. Those things are also applicable too. those are also part of the programs that you need to read upon before you even get started on those. But they don't cost you anything if you wanted to do it. You want to make sure you understand it before you get started on it. And you also get help along the way if you get out to somebody's house. You can call the hotline, and there's going to be someone that's going to coach you over the phone to help you out with the service as well. So it's a bread and butter winner for me. But I've been doing it for about 6 months now. It's been a pretty cool job. It doesn't cost anything to do, and it's literally just taking the skills that you have in everyday household use and helping elderly folks do them. People that don't know how to use Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, any of those applications, small things like that. You're out there just making a difference, helping them get some money on the side.
So it's basically just having the knowledge and the know-how.
Yeah, knowledge and know-how.
Yeah, so you let them know where your channel is. That way they can check you out and where they can find you.
You can follow me on YouTube and also Twitch and Facebook. I have PKG Deluxe on all of them, but just check me out on YouTube and Facebook platforms as well.
Okay. Kid, we're going to close this thing out. And you have anything else you want to add to this?
No, thank you very much. It was a pleasure speaking with all of you.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, go ahead. Let them know where they can find you, Kid. And then we're going
to... I'm on Instagram at Zen Home Concierge and bougie.zen. I do guided meditation, Reiki, and yoga. You can find all of that information on the Zen Home Concierge Instagram page.
All right, JT. Let them know where they can find you. I'm sure they probably know, but one more time, we're going to close it out.
Oh, yeah, I'm JT Hustlez on all social media platforms. JT Hustlez with a Z.
All right, guys. That's the end of this episode. And I want to welcome you back to Season 2, A Day in the Life of Corey. Expect more. We're going to try to get some more uploads every Thursday. We're going for every Thursday around noon. Can't promise you right now because we got a whole lot going on, but we do have more shows coming, and I got a ton of guests waiting. And if any of you guys out there are interested, make sure you just email me at adayinthelife.of Corey@gmail.com. That's adayinthelife.of Corey@gmail.com. Till next time, guys. This is the Day in the Life of Corey podcast.